In this video,
the holes are already pre-drilled underneath.
but as one commenter said, you can see they're not. And it coming out, if we knock it. I thought I'd do a quick video showing all the mistakes I've made that have been brought to my attention by you wonderful subscribers in the comments, and certain things I may have missed out on some of the tools that I've done reviews on. Now, this is going off memory, so there might be some more mistakes in this video. If there is, put them in the comments below. And including the infamous padlock alarm. So let's get on with it. Hello, sheddies, and you join me again in my shed. Right, first of all, the Ferex impact driver, the cordless one. And just to add, this video is all about questions you've asked me as well. Again, this is all off memory, so apologies if you haven't shouted your name out. But feel free to put your comments below and say that was me who suggested that. And sorry I don't get back to all the comments, I do try. And I can't list all the comments out on that because there was loads. But we'll come on to that in a minute. So I sort of did a short video comparing the Parkside impact driver with the Ferex one. They were both exactly the same price without the battery. I think it was about $24.99. I was quite impressed with the Ferex one because it's so dumpy. Look at the difference between the two. And I first thought, nah, it can't be brushless because it doesn't say anything on the box about being brushless. And it was cheap. And I know they do a Ferex Pro version, which is a brushless one. Always understood it to be that the brushless one is slightly dumpier. And if it is brushless, then Ferex are missing a trick. They want to be shouting about it all over the box. I didn't say much about brushless in the video. I mentioned that I thought it was first of all, so there's nothing else written on it. And I've lost the instructions. Doesn't say it on the side, I don't think. It's another reason for me bringing this video out, because my glasses, the cheap ones, I've not even been to the opticians to see if I need glasses. Well, I do, but I don't know what strength I need. But listen to them both together. First the Parkside. Ferex. A lot louder. But if you notice one thing, it doesn't spark. Like the Parkside one does, look. That one doesn't spark, but it seems quite loud. But as one commenter said, it's got BL on the back, look. Stamped on there. So I'm pretty sure it's brushless. Ferex, advertising team. Need to put it on the box. Still my favourite, even though it's got more rubber on it. Next, a while back I did a video about this spirit level, ruler spirit level. It's got different angled vials on there of bubbles. 180, 22.5, 45, 67.5, 90. And it's got these sliding markers. One commenter said, I mentioned if you're putting pictures on the wall, you're doing pictures with two hooks, then you can work out where the pins are, or nails, or screws, or hooks. They also said you could go up the stairs with it. And they said, you can't do a picture because it will be at an angle. Well, what I was trying to get at was, if for photos that have got one nail or one screw or one hook, putting two together, you can work out the centre of one to the centre of the one next to it. Anyway, thought I'd mention that. Next, right, the Aldi work zone padlock, alarmed. As you saw in the video, I couldn't work out why it wasn't setting. Took the batteries out, I thought there was a tab in there you'd have to pull out. It says in the instructions, but look how tiny the instructions are. It doesn't need to be that small. Get them bigger. And the fold lines on the instructions were terrible, so it ripped every time I opened it. But I was looking at this part, look. So it says the shackle, the slotted side should be on the opposite side to the lock. It does say it on there, or the lock, or the cylinder. I was looking at that all the time. But then I didn't read this part. In microscopic writing, use the padlock with the alarm on. Groove has got to be on this side. So, thanks for all your comments. There was dozens, of course. But I must say, when I'm doing these videos, I'm sometimes very blinkered. And I want to move on to the next product, so hence, out the way. But anyway, so, comes like that. Locked. Turn it. Take the shackle out. Turn it around. So the groove is on that side. Back in again. Beep. There we go. Going off. I think that goes off for 10 seconds. Let me edit it. So that's 10 seconds later. I'll take the keys out, actually. And then if we knock it, there we go, tilt it. That is loud. In the dead of night, you'll hear that quite a way off. I wondered, has it got like some sort of mercury switch in there? It must have, or is there an up-to-date version of a mercury switch? But and then to put it back to just a normal padlock, turn it round, lock it in, and it won't go off. Now, a few people mentioned that these aren't particularly good in all weather, but we'll see over time and we'll come back to it. Next, Now, some people mentioned about the bandsaw, the cordless bandsaw, this thing, and said that you want to make sure that all the dust and debris is out the casing. Totally agree. I didn't mention it in the video, but if we take it off, I've not done many cuts with it, to be honest. 2 Allen keys to remove. Get an Allen key with it, but I'll use my own. One of them. Wrong size. One of them. Much easier. Don't know why they need to make them that long. And then you can lift it up because it's on a hinge. Now, I've only been cutting a bit of wood and metal with this, but as you can see, there's not much waste in there. It's a few little bits of dust. That ain't bad. However, look on the wheels. Loads of debris on there. So, bash it all off. Feed it through. You see it all on there, look. Probably use a better, stiffer brush than this, but it'll be okay. Any coming out? There we go. Some coming out now. So yeah, it is collecting it up, but it seems to be all sticking on the pulley wheels. The rest just seems to fall out before it gets inside the casing. Next, I think it was a few people that commented on this hacksaw. You can store the blades inside the handle. Well, I checked, so I wondered if you could. Maybe on yours you did, but on this one, you can't. Next, the cheap workmate from Work Zone from Aldi. A few people mentioned about the notch, that they're not aligned. Well, they should all be opposed to each other, I believe. Because I think someone said that that was on the wrong way round. Holes are already pre-drilled underneath, as you can see there. So it's the right way round. You're just going to notch that side and a notch that side for putting dowel in or whatever. Next, we won't go into too much detail on this. The jigsaw table from Parkside, quite controversial. Again, do your own research first. Don't follow my example. But when I first used it, I used my cordless jigsaw. And it didn't have a trigger on there to lock off like this Guild one has. So you push the button in, lock it off, and the button stays in there. Well, a few people mentioned that my cordless one did have a lock off. It's got a safety button. Can't pull the trigger in. Rubber trigger, look. Until you press the button in. Push the button in, one on both sides, then you can pull the trigger in. But if you let go of the button, it still comes back out, even if you let go of the button. So you cannot lock that in. Try different combinations, it doesn't lock in. So a safety feature just to stop you from pressing the button when you don't want to. I thought I'd mention that. By the way, all the videos that I've done on these tools are in my tool review playlist. Next, also I thought I'd quickly mention that occasionally Parkside aren't bringing out new tool releases. So what I thought about doing is buying second-hand Parkside tools. Been looking online to find a few favourites that I haven't got. So hopefully we've got some videos coming up soon. And while we're on the subject of Parkside tools online, the new Parkside tools, a few people have said, beware of these websites that are claiming to be Parkside tools online and they're not. As far as I'm aware, that Lidl Parkside don't sell online. Now, there might be some reputable companies out there that are selling them, but do your due diligence. If by some miracle you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Cheers. Cordless pressure washer. I've put it in its bag now, look. Just take it out. From Parkside. And I mention it because Ferrex have just brought one out, which I think was dearer than this one. A lot of people are saying, wouldn't it be better to use a hose to a mains straight into it? Well, it isn't designed for it. It's only a suction feed only. And I've heard stories people putting them on and it blows out water everywhere because it can't handle the pressure in. But it can suck out of a bucket or a barrel or whatever. And also people were mentioning, look, it's not particularly strong. I get that. I probably should have made that a lot clearer in the video. It was more of a play video, actually. I was playing around with it, but I think you're right. It's no pressure to it at all. I think in certain jobs, if you're on site or camping, you're washing down your bike maybe, or something where you haven't got a water flow with no pressure, i.e. mains, then this will come in handy. If you've got mains and you've got a water supply, just use a normal pressure washer. That's what I do. But if you've got a little garden you can't get a hose pipe to and you're just cleaning down a few bits, or a patio or a little balcony, then it has its place. So anyway, Parkside pressure washer. Next, tape measures when I go like that and drop it back. Yes, that will damage the tip in no time. I did it in quite a few videos back, but yeah, just a little handy tip. Don't let it drop back like I've just done, because over time it'll wear that out. And also the length test, when you extend it out until it sort of kinks. Let me just try that. So I extended it out before it wouldn't support itself any further. I can do that by pointing it through the other room. Oh, where my hand is. 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. That's the Parkside tape measure. Oh, I've just done it again, look. Next, going back from the last video, remember I put a bit of that clear oil from Parkside on that corner? Well, yeah, that's the sort of colour it changes to. Anyway, next. And this is the clear oil I used from Parkside. I didn't mention the price. It was £9.99. Next, remember this pressurised spray? It was really cheap. I think it was only about £2.99. I only really got it for weed killer. But some people mention that they leak a bit. Now, I've used it quite a bit, actually, for weed killing. And there's a few little dribbles, and I think they came from here. But nothing to write home about. But for £2.99, can't go wrong. Next. Now, this is about rubber in general. Now, a lot of you may know that I like having rubber on the handle. It's good, better for the grip, and if you drop it, it bashes and saves the impact. But a few people mentioned, does it get sticky over time? As I understand it, there's different makeups of rubber, and this rubber they use on these Parkside tools hasn't got sticky yet. And I do use it with my bare hand. Next, remember the Parkside crimping tool set? And I did a test on it, where you get the crimping tool and different size ferrules. Well, I demonstrated it and I twisted the strands of the cable. Well, you shouldn't do that. You should leave them open and pop them in a ferrule. But you probably know that already, but I'm just trying to be clear for anyone that doesn't know. Next, Parkside circular saw, cordless. Now, some people mentioned that I hadn't mentioned how much it was. $34.99. Really like this saw. Next, I often see a few comments on batteries. First of all, the Parkside ones, that they never see them in stock. Well, a few people have mentioned, and I don't know if this is right or not, because when I've needed them, I've always had them in stock, but there's signs up saying they're kept in the back. I don't know if that's all the time. So if you're struggling to get the batteries, maybe ask at the counter, see if they've got some in the stores. And the other question is, the Ferrex Aldi batteries compatible with the Parkside? Well, as you can see, they're not. But I'm interested to know, has anyone got adapters for them? Or has anyone made them for them yet? Let me know in the comments below. Plus anything else that I'm getting wrong in this video. Next, remember this Velcro from Parkside for attaching around your cable to tie it all up. Comes off like that. Need something with cable on it. That will do. My belt sander, it's already tied up with another piece of Velcro. What I did, I wrapped it around like that. People said, which is dead right, what you should do is go through there like that first. So it stays on the cable so you don't lose it. And then when you want to wrap up the cable, wrap it up like that. Dead easy. Then to release, and you don't lose your bit of Velcro. Next, quickly go back to that cordless bandsaw because I wasn't quite clear in the video. But because of the angle, as you can see there, the blade is vertical at that position, and there's a slight angle going that way. You can chop the ends off pieces of wood or metal or plastic or whatever, as long as you can fit it in that gap there. So whatever length, it doesn't matter if you're chopping off the end, if you can get it between there and there. 25-ish mil. If you're cutting off a bigger length, then your only restriction is the height there and there. Gap that way is 65 millimeters, and that way to get the blade all the way through is about 58 millimeters. Next, oh, that was a good call. Remember this chain brush for bicycles? Well, I know this was. It was Adam who mentioned it. Cheers, Adam. That uses it for railings. So if you're cleaning up railings or whatever, you can get all the way around it. I think it was Adam anyway. Next, the biscuit jointer from Parkside. Again, sorry, I've not used it properly yet. Coming out very soon. I've got the biscuits for it now anyway. There's a start. And I know most of you know this stuff anyway. And I knew some of it, I just forget. But some of us don't. I can say these are just things I remembered. I really should keep a note of your comments when they come through suggesting something or spotting a mistake. And as well as getting things wrong, I tend to get my terminology wrong as well. Feel free to correct me. Big shocker, these videos I do aren't scripted. I don't do any research. I just rely on you lot. It helps me and others. Yeah, I should probably do a bit more research going forward. I think I need to go back through all your comments you've made in other videos, and I'll bring some more videos out like this because I've really enjoyed it. So keep your comments coming. And I know these videos aren't everyone's cup of tea. Getting overexcited about my new tools I've just bought. For me, it's just like having your mates round, chewing the fat, talking about your new tool acquisitions with a bit of banter thrown in. As always, of course, stay safe. Don't do as I do. Do what's good for you. But to everyone who's subscribed to my channel and watches my videos, whether you comment or not, it means the world. Thank you so much. So I enjoyed that. Keep your comments coming in. Put whatever I get wrong or missed out, or any tips you've got, or any questions, whatever, put them below. It helps us all. And on all my other tool reviews as well. I'll put a link on the screen now. That giveaway I'm doing, it's in the last video. Comment in there if you want to be in it to win it. It's all about sharing, good or bad, whatever. It helps us all. So thanks for watching. Take care. And remember, keep calm and head to the shed. Cheers. See you next time on Weekend Shedhead.